user experience. At Google I/O in May, we talked about some of the areas we polished, like text selection improvements, a new copy and paste floating bar, volume controls, and more. Now that we're done, I wanted to show you a few more examples of polish and craftsmanship that can be found throughout Marshmallow. So let's start with the lock screen. Now, we already have quick access to camera from the lock screen. In Marshmallow, we've extended quick access to Google Voice Search and Actions. So you just swipe from the left corner, and you get this beautiful material reveal animation, and then you can simply say what you want. For example, call Pacino Restaurant. You'll also notice the little charging indication on the lock screen, indicating that the phone is in fast charging mode, thanks to USB Type-C. And it's also estimating how much time the phone will take to charge. So let's unlock the phone. Now, one of the first things you'll notice is that we've reworked the window animations. So they follow the material design principle, where elements appear from their point of touch or interaction. When you touch a launcher icon, it expands outwards, and then it dismisses vertically downwards when you're done with it. So it feels intuitive and natural. We've also taken great care to simplify how heads-up notifications work. If you receive a heads-up notification, say an incoming text message, the notification now peaks down with a little bouncing animation to get your attention without disrupting your current task. You can easily push the notification back up to its hiding place, or you can swipe down to reveal the rest of the notification shade. Now the physics of notifications are truly consistent everywhere. Another area we polished and refined is the home screen. In Marshmallow, you can quickly scroll to find an app with the new A to Z indexing scheme, or indeed just instantly type the first letter or two to find the app. We've also added on-device intelligent prediction engine to learn your pattern of app launches over time and provide dynamic shortcuts at the top of the launcher for quick access. The phone learns your patterns, so it'll be able to show you apps you tend to launch at a certain time of day, say in the morning versus the evening, or in fact, apps you tend to launch in a specific sequence. And of course, with Marshmallow, we've radically changed the user permission model by greatly simplifying the number of permissions apps can ask for and only asking for permission the first time you try to use a feature, instead of asking during installation time. So, for example, let's say I launch Twitter and I want to tweet with an attached location. When I press the location button, the system presents a runtime permission for location, like so. Now, we've heard loud and clear from Android users that they feel some phones come installed with too much bloatware. With the new Nexus devices, we've reduced the number of preloaded apps on the phone to make the out-of-box experience cleaner and simpler. We've also developed a new system that moves over a quarter of our apps to a post-setup installation phase, which means they can be uninstalled just like any other apps. OK, so at Google I/O in May, we demoed a new feature we've been working on called Now on Tap. This feature is launching with the Nexus 5X and 6P, making our new phones not just faster, but also smarter. Now on Tap brings the power of Google Search to whatever you're doing on the phone. You simply tap and hold the home button to get quick information and actions without leaving the app you're currently in. So Google draws on all of the resources of your phone to bring you the right information and apps for what you need in the moment. So let's take a look at this in action. Maya is here on stage to help me with a couple of demos. Maya, by the way, is the product manager behind the awesome Nexus imprint feature I showed earlier. OK, so let's say Maya is using WhatsApp, and she receives a message like so from a friend who's asking to meet at the Cascal's restaurant at 7 p.m. From here, she can simply long press the home button to trigger Now on Tap to get information and quick access. Here, you can quickly see the restaurant's rating and how far away it is. Now on Tap is providing assistance on directions. There's a phone icon to directly call a restaurant, and even a Yelp icon to get reviews. Now on Tap is also providing a convenient option to directly create a calendar reminder event. And you can see if Maya then taps on the open table icon, she can directly book a table for the restaurant her friend had mentioned. It's super convenient. Now on Tap is a really innovative enhancement to Google Now's assistant capabilities. And like many of Google's services, it's based on a learning system, which gets better with usage over time. And we're excited to be able to get this out to users now and continue to iterate and improve it with regular updates via the Play Store. Another cool feature in Android is voice actions, which lets you use just your voice to perform actions such as sending a text message or setting an alarm. In Android 6.0, we've extended this feature to enable app developers to build conversational voice experiences directly into their own app. So let's take a look at an example. Maya has an updated version of the NPR app on her phone that supports the new voice interaction capabilities in Marshmallow. She's able to trigger the app and then interact with the app all by her voice. So let's take a look.
Okay, Google, listen to NPR.
Here's the latest news. Would you like to resume the California report or catch up on the latest news?
Latest news.
Okay, catching you up on the latest news.
This is Queen Kim, and you're listening to KQED Public Radio.
So what was cool here was the NPR app was able to ask a clarifying question to Maya to complete the voice action. So it's powerful and seamless. Both the Nexus 5X and 6P support always-on OK Google detection that works even when the screen is off, thanks to a hardware DSP. So any app can implement the new voice interaction capabilities to support this kind of hands-free use. OK, so let's move on and talk about battery. Our engineers have been working hard on optimizing battery life on Android for several years. With Marshmallow, we think we've made our biggest breakthrough to date. We've made Android smarter about how it manages power with the new doze mode. We're using significant motion detection to learn if a device has been left unattended for a period of time. In that case, we'll exponentially back off background activity to go into a deeper sleep state, yet still be able to respond to real-time messages. We've also optimized the system to prioritize the apps you use more frequently over those that you don't. The results in Marshmallow are pretty dramatic, and you'll especially notice the improvements if you leave your device down and forget to charge it overnight, for example. In fact, when the screen is off, the average battery life lasts 30% longer in Marshmallow on the first generation Nexus 5 and Nexus 6 devices. And these are extraordinary numbers to improve battery life by purely via software changes. And of course, the new Nexus 5X and 6P benefit from these power improvements in Marshmallow. Okay, so finally, I'm happy to announce that Android 6.0 Marshmallow will begin rolling out to existing Nexus devices starting next week, including the Nexus 5, 6, 7, 9, and Nexus Player. Now, here's Sabrina to tell you more about where you can buy the new Nexus 5X